I've met my goal for this NVDA trade, and today I'm closing it out exactly as planned. That means accepting assignment on my $180 covered call, locking in profits, and freeing up about $18,000 for whatever comes next. There's nothing exciting happening here, and that's exactly the lesson. This trade did what it was designed to do, and now it's finished. A lot of traders struggle not with entries, but with endings. And today, I want to show you what it looks like when a plan runs its course and you let it end. This $180 call is ready to be closed out today. If I do nothing at the end of the day, I'll receive $18,000 in my account, and my share count will be 160 rather than 260. Let's look for just a minute at this number. This negative number will scare a lot of people if they don't understand exactly what it means. I have not lost $350 on this trade. That negative number is offset by the increase in the share price. So at the end of the day, when this contract is assigned, I will receive $18,000 exactly as planned. Last week I did the analysis to see what would happen today when I accept assignment. I'll bring my total expense and income down to just over $20,000, and my adjusted cost per share will be $129.17. So this will be the outcome if I do nothing. But I want to go ahead and free up this $18,000 today rather than waiting to have it available on Monday. So for just a tiny reduction in my profit, I can go ahead and close it out today for probably $179 and some change, free up my funds today, and then have that money available in case I want to place another trade. This part right here, deciding what to do when there isn't a single right answer, was the hardest part of learning to trade options for me. Early on, I kept looking for perfect entries, perfect charts, and some signal that would tell me exactly what was going to happen next. And the breakthrough for me was realizing I don't actually need to know the future to make money trading options. That's why I added an entire chapter on trade management to my Beginner's Guide to Options Trading. It's really for the not-so-novice investor, that point where you understand calls and puts, but you're still a little unsure about your choices at expiration. A lot of people call this approach the wheel. I use it too, but I teach my own version, what I call the double Ferris wheel, because I'm intentionally working both sides of the trade and planning for assignment instead of fearing it. If trade decisions feel harder than placing the trade itself, that chapter was written exactly for you. I'll put it in the link below. So let's take a look at a closing order just to wrap this up a few hours early and put that cash back into my account. If I sell 100 shares and buy or pay to close the contract, it looks like I could receive $179.90 per share. So I'm going to put in a limit order for $179.95. Actually, I'll try $179.97. So it's up here in the queue and doesn't seem to be filling. So I'll come down here and edit it, and I'll go back to my original thought of $179.95. Still not filling, so I'm going to try $179.93, and if it won't fill at this price, then I really will just leave it to expire at the end of the day, and I know that those funds will be in my account by Monday morning. It filled at $179.98. So rather than the $18,000 that I could have received by waiting for assignment at the end of the day, I closed it early for $17,997.99. This covered call is now closed. I've locked in the planned profits from this trade sequence, And now I have 160 shares in the account. My total out of pocket is $20,669.56. I divided that by the 160 shares I own, so I brought my average cost per share down to $129.18. I've highlighted all of the trades that I made that were based on the 110 shares that I bought on November 28th. If you've been following this trade series, you recall that I spent $17,777 for the 100 shares that I've been using to cover the $180 calls. So I sold a $180 call and rolled it out 6 times, and then took assignment or created my own early assignment equivalent today. If I add up the total expense and income just from this side trade, I bought 110 shares, sold a call, sold a call, sold a call, another call, sold a call, sold a call, and let go of 100 shares here. So when it's all said and done, I bought 110 shares, sold 100 shares. I made $64.88 cash profit, and I still have those 10 shares in the account entirely paid for with the options premium. So in 2 months, I have paid for 110 shares, and this trade has worked out exactly as I intended. So this trade is officially wrapped up exactly as planned. I closed a little early, took a tiny haircut, freed up the capital, and still walked away with my 10 fully paid for shares. That big negative number that you saw earlier never represented a loss. It was just the mechanics of a covered call doing exactly what it is supposed to do. This is why I don't stress about short-term price moves. I'm not chasing perfect setups, and I'm not guessing where NVIDIA goes next. I'm setting up trades that give me good options, and then I'm making reasonable decisions, one expiration at a time. If you want to see how this entire NVIDIA campaign unfolded from the very beginning, I've linked the full playlist. And if you want help getting comfortable with decisions like this, check out my options book linked below, and I'll see you next week.